Hey, welcome back to the I Bet My Left Nut podcast. It's your boy Ramiro. And since I only got one left testicle, that means I need to get this thing right. What's up, y'all? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Appreciate you showing up. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. It might be a little controversial. Uh, Dealing with a red pill ish topic. I figured I'd give a little context or try to paint a picture for the market value. Give give a idea or at least a visual of what it looks like, the market value. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm going to tie in men and women and cars. So if you own a car, you know where you bought your car from. So I'm gonna try to go through the tiers of how to buy cars, so you might get a little bit of help or advice on how to buy a car. I'll tell you how I buy cars as I go through the tiers. Fortunately for me, I didn't buy a car. I've never bought a car from the tier I'm going to go over today. First tier that I'm gonna deal with, I'm buying cars. I don't know if you're familiar. For those who are, uh, you'll probably understand where I'm going with this when I talk about the cars. For those of you who have not, like myself, you probably know someone who has bought a car from a buy here, pay here lot, and you might be able to relate some of the things that I'm going to say today. So let's go ahead and jump it off so this video don't take too long. Buy here, pay here lot. And I'm going to use Lexuses because I like Lexuses. I understand them, easy to work on. So I'm going to just use Lexuses uh, for the most part when I talk about cars. So buy here, pay here lot. Let's decide, fellas. I'm going to start with y'all. I'm going to deal with women at the same time too. But I'm going to start with y'all for the most part. So buy here, pay here lot. What do you get at a buy here, pay here lot if you're buying a car? Well, most of you done saw when you ride down the street, you done looked over into a buy here, pay here lot. Those are the lots that have like 500 down. Your job is your credit, yada, yada, yada. Well, let me just tell you a little bit about those cars because I've been to some of those lots. I've looked at some of those cars looking for a little quick cash deal or something like that. But after going over the cars, inspecting them, I've realized that it's probably not going to be a good buy. I'm taking a lot of risk, got a lot of miles on it. I can see the scars on it. It's visible. If I do a test drive, I'll notice, oh, there's some issues that's about to occur. So buying a car from a buy here, pay here lot, you run risk of the car breaking down because of the mileage on the cars. And also, you're typically going to be overcharged for these cars. You go to a buy here, pay here lot, they're going to have some probably like a bi-weekly or a weekly note. Interest rate going to probably be stupid. And you're going to overpay for that car. So if you find we'll just use a LS400, for example. LS400, no matter the year, a nice one though. Not too old. They trying to compete with all the other LS400 that's on other lots, better lots. So take a LS400 on the lot, buy here, pay here, 200,000, 225,000 miles. You see the scars beat up a little bit. Uh, you could buy that car and try and fit in with the Johnsons or the Jones, keep up with the Joneses, but that car gonna probably tear up on you. That car's value on the real Blue Book value might be $7,000. Well, they're charging you 10, and you're finna pay a crazy interest note. So the odds are you probably won't ever make it through the note on that car before that car gives you trouble, and you either scrap it, ruin your credit, you have a bad experience, and so forth and so on. So, fellas, it's good. It's there's some pros. Okay, let me start this way. We start out at the buy here, pay here lot. We start out right there. That's how every man starts out. Now, the way to move up is once you start getting yourself together as a man. So you can start out at the buy here, pay here, where we all do as a young man, meaning you ain't really worth a shit for the most part, and someone's gonna be taking a risk if they purchase you. The owner's gonna be taking a risk. Something's gonna come up real soon. It's gonna be some issues, but fortunately for men, we can move up, and we're supposed to move up. We're designed to move up. We start out down here, buy here, pay here a lot, then we begin to move up. But if you're a young woman and you're dating a dude who's young and buy here, pay here, I mean, it's no different from whether he's an older guy or a young guy. He don't have a whole lot of value. As an owner, it's gonna be some breakdowns going on. If you're an older guy and you're in the buy here, pay here zone, bruh, fuck is you doing? You need to be moving your fucking way up so you can get the type of woman that you want. You can't get a woman and sustain her if your ass in the buy here, pay here zone. You ain't worth shit. You don't have real value like that, and the odds of a woman picking you and winning in that situation long term is slim to none. Like it just don't happen very often. It is possible, but it don't happen very often. Now, if you a young lady and you pick a guy from there, now you are still taking a huge risk because while men are young, you know, coming from that zone, it's gonna be some growing pains. It's gonna be some breakdowns. So you need to understand what you're getting yourself into. Now, let's see if we could jump over to the female version of the buy here, pay here lot. Well, this is where it changes up a little bit because the dynamics are a bit different when it comes to sexual market value. So, ladies, I encourage you to try not to end up in the buy here, pay here lot. You do not start off here. Every woman, female, starts off at the brand new car lot. You're all brand spanking new. That's where you start off. So if you end up in the buy here, pay here zone, ladies, if you end up here in the buy here, pay here lot, then you had to fall down here because down here in the female buy here, pay here zone, these cars again, whole lot of miles, and men are typically logical thinkers, and we kind of understand we don't need to be buying anything from a used buy here, pay here lot. Or if we are, it's because of what? That's the position that they're in. They bad credit. So they're gonna get took advantage of. No money, so they're not paying cash typically at the buy here, pay here lots. You can, but you're still taking a risk because it's been used. You can see the scars, a lot of damage, a lot of owners. So female ladies, y'all hear me? When you down here in this lot, this means there's been a lot of owners, no Carfax history. So the risk is extremely high if we don't know how well it's been took care of or you've been took care of. Lot of history. We don't want, men don't typically want cars or women with a whole lot of miles, a lot of scars. They understand the risk. We're logical thinkers. Men understand the risk. Don't like to take risks. And if they are taking those risks, and men, you're getting with women in these zones, well, I mean, it's just saying that in general, that's all you can get. That's all you can get. So I'm encouraging men and women. And just look at it like, buying a car. If you can help it, you don't want to be at a buy here, pay here lot. You're about to get took advantage of. The cars on those lots have little value. You're going to be overcharged, and it's going to be some breakdown. Cars are already showing you, hey, it's got some war wounds, got some scars. It's going to need paint job. That's the thing. You can paint it. You can do a lot to the exterior, to the outside, but don't make it a good car on the inside. And the breakdowns, the damage on the interior of the cars, the motors, the transmission, the parts, the components, when they break down, those are really significant to fix, really expensive. So, fellas, if you can help it, you don't want to have to buy a car off the buy here, pay here lot. Now, I got terms, but because we on a public platform, I can't use those terms, or I won't use them right now, just because I don't want to be too derogatory. But I hope you kind of get the gist. This is like the bottom tier. So, ladies, if you're picking a man and you picking a man from the buy here, pay here lot, he's either A, young as hell, and he can work his way up. Supposed to work his way up. But at that point, he doesn't have much value. So just understand that, fellas, if you're picking a woman from a buy her, pay her lot, then you know what you're getting. You're getting a used car with a lot of miles, some cover ups. Could have been through accidents, not reported. You don't get a Carfax on cars from buy here, pay here. So you don't know what kind of damage uh, has occurred to that car prior to you getting it. So just understand, you're taking the risk. You're taking the risk. My next video, folks, I'm gonna go up a tier. The next tier will be cars. It's Lexus still, but it'll be from a used car dealership, not a buy here, pay here. They still go outside sources to finance cars. They don't do the buy here, pay here. You got to get your own financer, or they have some in-house people that they probably work with. Miles are a little bit less on those cars. Probably not quite as much damage. So I'll go over that tier on the next video. I appreciate you stepping in. If you disagree or want to add to something that I missed, because like I said, I be freestyling all this shit, man. Just coming off the top of my head for the most part. Of course, I thought about it a little bit, but I'm sure I missed some shit because I do every time. So if you picked up on some stuff I missed, leave it in the comment. Let me check it out. And I'll talk about it on the next podcast that I do when I go up to another tier. If you get offended by some of the things that I'm saying, I'm sorry. I'm just breaking down in general how men and women look at things based off of some of the information I've seen or heard from watching other podcasts deal with some of the topics on the red pill. So thanks again for tuning in to the I Bet My Left Nut podcast. I'm your boy Romero, and I appreciate you. Please come back. If you like this video, give me a like. I appreciate it. If you don't mind, subscribe. I'm trying to get to about 50 subscribers by the end of February. I don't mind moving slow. Ton of patience. I'm having fun doing this. I hope you appreciate the content. And if there's some changes I can make that might be pleasing to you, let your boy know, man. Cause I can listen. I can take advice from people. So thank you again. Please come back. See you next time.